The Washington Wizards are not doing so great right now. That's an understatement. They've been terrible this season. They currently own the worst record in the NBA, and the Russell Westbrook fit with Bradley Beal is not working. Bradley Beal is the top scorer in the NBA right now, and nobody's talking about Bradley Beal. The only thing that we are talking about Bradley Beal is how terrible his team is. And the guy is one of the best players in the world right now. The man is averaging like 35 points per game. And nobody, and all we talking about is Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Luka. But nobody's talking about Bradley Beal because the team's garbage. And I respect Bradley Beal. I respect him because he said that he wants to finish his career as a Wizard. And I respect that. I respect when a player wants to stay with a team that drafted them. I respect that. I really do respect that. But Bradley Beal is not getting any younger. And the Bradley Beal is what, 30 years old, 31 years old, something like that. It's time to compete for a championship. Bradley Beal is too talented not to be competing for a championship. And I've been thinking, what teams would be best for Bradley Beal to go to? What teams would be the best to trade for Bradley Beal? The first team that comes to mind is the Miami Heat. Now, the Heat is a pretty obvious place to start. Not only have they been linked to a Bradley Beal trade in the past, because if y'all remember, like 2 years ago, there have been talks about Beal coming to Miami Heat. But we all know how aggressive Pat Riley is when trying to get stars to come to Miami. But a deal for Bradley Beal would not be easy for Miami because they will have to give up Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. And I'm not sure Pat Riley would do that because you got Tyler Hero is a young star in this league. And as far as I'm concerned, Duncan Robinson is the second best shooter in the NBA behind Steph Curry. I mean, if every time Duncan Robinson shoots, I'm genuinely shocked when this man misses. This man is a sniper. The man shot like 50% from three last season. The guy is amazing. But even if they do give up Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, they will still have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to go along with Bradley Beal, and that is a big three, an elite big three. And Miami would still be the top team in the East right now because Miami is not playing too good right now either. Like we talk about the Wizards, but Miami is the defending Eastern Conference champions, and they're not playing like it. Miami has been playing awful this season, so they could probably use Bradley Beal. The second team that comes to mind is Golden State. Now, the Warriors are at a crossroads as a franchise. They still have Steph Curry, but this season took a big hit when Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. We all know that the Warriors are aggressive, and with Curry not getting any younger, they may need to go for Bradley Beal sooner rather than later. Now, most of us assume that players like Giannis, but now that he's staying with the Bucks, they could surely use Bradley Beal. They have the assets to pull off a deal with Bradley Beal, and their championship window. We all know Golden State is not winning this year. We all know Golden State, even though they're still a good team this season, but we all know with Klay Thompson, they don't got a chance to come out the West. Especially maybe, if Golden State, if they were playing in the East, then, I think Golden State would have a chance, but they're playing in the West. So I think If you pair Steph Curry with Bradley Beal, because I think Bradley Beal is an overall better player than Klay Thompson. Obviously, Klay Thompson fits better with Golden State than Bradley Beal, but I think Bradley Beal is an overall better player. I think Bradley Beal is more versatile on offense than Klay Thompson. Even though Klay Thompson is a better defender, I think Bradley Beal is more versatile. Because Klay Thompson is just a spot up shooter. Yes, he can hit fadeaway jumper. He can hit fadeaway shots, but Klay Thompson is primarily a spot up shooter. But I think to pair Steph Curry with Brad, and Steph Curry been hot too. Like Steph Curry has been like, if long as the way Curry's been playing, Curry belongs in the MVP conversation. Curry is playing like an MVP this season, and to pair along with Bradley Beal, who is playing phenomenal this season, to pair along with James Wiseman, Draymond Green, that the Warriors can definitely make some noise with if they trade for Bradley Beal. Another team is the 76ers. We all know that Philadelphia almost traded for James Harden. At one point, they even looked like the favorites to land James Harden. They reportedly offered up Ben Simmons in the deal, which means he's not off the table trade talks yet. So what would stop Daryl Morey for offering Ben Simmons in exchange for Bradley Beal? Nothing, to be honest, and nobody should be surprised if it ever got to that point. We all know how much Murray values shooting on his teams, which is why you can't rule out the 76ers going after Bradley Beal. The floodgates are open after James Harden trade rumors, and now everything minus trading Joel Embiid should be on the table for Philly. Another team is the Denver Nuggets. How much fun would it be? The Nuggets remain one of the best teams in the West, but they still seem to be missing a piece to be true NBA title contenders. Well, how about pairing Jokic and Jamal Murray with an all-star like Bradley Beal? That would certainly boost the Nuggets championship window and make them a legit title contenders in the West. As long as the Nuggets could hold on to Murray and Jokic in the deal, this would be a complete win for them. On the other side, the Nuggets have some young players like Michael Porter Jr. who could appeal to the Wizards and their future rebuilding. Another team, the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks are one of the weirder teams in the NBA right now. They currently sit at 9-8 and would be in the playoffs if the season ended today. But you would be a fool to call this season smooth to this point. It seems that they have no idea what to do with John Collins, who is apparently on the trade block. All while they're trying to work in some big money free agents that they signed this offseason. They could go a long way by pairing Trae Young with another star like Bradley Beal and hopefully avoiding any possible future trade rumors surrounding Trae Young if the team doesn't do enough to build around him. We're not close to that, but they should start looking at deals like this to make Young happy because you got to put talent around Trae Young. History has shown that if you don't put talent around your star player, then he's going to leave. LeBron James is a good example. That's why you got to keep Young happy. You got to keep Trae Young happy. So I think the Hawks should definitely, if it's on the table, if it's available, if Bradley Beal is available, I would definitely trade for Bradley Beal if I'm the Hawks. To pair Trae Young with Bradley Beal, that could be very good. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting.